case you're wondering what this is. It's so cold now. Today's our
Oh,
first
a blanket. I know. I usually like have a blanket and heater during the winter, like underneath. Don't worry, I have on house slippers, so we're okay. So that's sort of the stories, and those are just sort of like the themes of the ideas. And then the grid is more of like, you know, the interaction, and you're like really focusing in on that engagement piece of it. So I want to show you sort of how I have everything organized, because I have everything ready for you for all of next week. And prior to this, just changed about 2 weeks ago, but we use it's an app, and you can use it on the desktop. I personally love it on both, but it's called PLANN. Have you ever heard of this? PLANN?
mentioned it in some class. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So for about 3 or 4 months, PLANN did not link up. Like Instagram and PLANN or Instagram and Facebook and PLANN were fighting. So they didn't allow you to like do anything. And it's like, that's how we always did Instagram. Like we would plan everything out, and then you get to see how everything looks, and everything was spaced out, and it sent you a thing when it was time to post. It didn't post for you, but it allowed you to create everything in a Instagram friendly space. So we're going to go back to doing that. And so I want to be able to, I'm going to screen share with you, and I want to be able to show it to you, because this is something that is incredibly helpful. And I'm just going to add you as like a user on my account. We do pay for the account. Let me see, here we go. Okay. So let's see here, where am I? Okay. Okay, so here is sort of, can you see this?
Yeah, I'm going to turn it. There we go. Yep.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah.
So here is sort of like what it looks like, PLANN. And you can see down here, through this is what has been posted so far. Okay, so this is like the actual grid. And I will say that, like, had I been able to visually see it, you can see down here, everything looks a little bit cleaner. It's like picture, then it's like, you know, this is when we were using a little bit down here, we were using PLANN. There's a lot of pictures, there's a lot of graphics. So I don't love the way that our Instagram looks right now, but we really haven't had like an option to like make it pretty. So this is going to sort of help us in that. So how you use this is, so you see right here, this says October 5th. So what I did is you go to strategy up top, and basically I implemented, hopefully you can see this okay, I implemented all of the scheduled things that I sent you. All of those are 7 different things. So you see like Monday, motivation, Tuesday, podcast, Wednesday's about inner circle, Thursday. This will be a way for you and I to communicate when you're like, Kelly, I'm not posting on these 2 days this week. Then I'll be like, bam. Okay, like I already know, like you and I will be on the same page. Like I already know it's planned, it's there. So basically this is the strategy setup. Now what you do when you want to add to this, you go and you can create these over here, but you go add to grid. So basically what it does is it takes that set of 9 things and it moves it over. Now you do have to do a little bit of cleanup, because as you can see, it shows, like it'll show, I'll have to clean this up a little bit later, but it'll show like Monday, Tuesday. What I really need to do is go back in and actually, this probably makes more sense to do it like this. That actually makes more sense, because now it's 7 things, you know, but basically what it does is it adds it. Now, what I do when I come over here and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go create the content for Victoria for the week. So I go here, October 5th. So you can see it. It clearly says October 5th. Now, this is just the ideal time. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the time you're going to post. That is just the time that Instagram is saying, hey, this is the best time of day to post. So I just put it on there. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to post at that time. But so you see October 5th, and then you click on this, And you can see right here that there it is. And then here's exactly what you say. Does this make sense?
So it's similar to Trello. It's just it's in like more organized of an order, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it spaces everything out for you. And here's the beautiful thing is that you can do this. Do you normally do it from your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the thing you'll love about this is, and I'm trying, let me see if I can share. Was I able to share my phone with you last time? I'll do it in a minute. I don't want to mess this up. But the beautiful thing about the Plan app on your phone is you can go that, you hold it down and it says copy and paste. And then it kicks you over directly to Instagram and loads it for you. So it's so much easier. It takes less time, and then you just copy and paste it and it goes directly into Instagram.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's this thing. So basically this is the 5th, this is the 6th. I left this empty because we're going to use the Inner Circle IGTV that day from the day before. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to post anything there because we're using the IGTV that day. But then you see I have the 8th here. And like you can say, you know, this is talking about like one of the podcast episodes. And then I've got the 9th, I've got the 10th, and I've got on to the 11th. And then I'll just continue sort of working my way through all of this. Now, here's the other thing, that the reason that we love this, and it really is for Instagram better than directly, it saves you time than directly with Trello, is you can go to hashtags. All right, now the hashtags, this will also be in your app directly. You see these different hashtags over here, B&B Mom Life. Like these are all the hashtags, and you literally copy the hashtags. You just copy them and it automatically copies on your phone and it posts right into Instagram for you.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yes. So right now this is like 46. I don't know why it's like that, but like, I'm not 100% sure why that is, but I have this on my agenda to work on. But you can just look at, you can see like this one is 26. And so all of these hashtags, I went and researched and put them in here. So I know if it's like a quote or if it's a business tip or something along those lines, then I know exactly, which hashtag set to grab.
Let me ask a question about that. So in the hashtag area, there's 3 different options. And so I don't use the same ones in order. I'll do one day and another one and another one. On the first one, I think it is like 40 something. So I just subtract up to 30.
Okay.
So that last 15, would you want that like in a different post, or like how could I get those up there? Or maybe
yeah, I actually didn't realize that this was there. Those hashtags came from here. Okay. And so some of these are just duplicated, and I can't tell you honestly. You see that? Like I don't know why they're like that. It was a mistake on my end. Like you see, I just deleted a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't know why I have that. It's clearly a mistake on my end, but I will create, I'm probably just going to create 7 new hashtag sets. So I'll have like one for Monday, one for Tuesday, one for Wednesday. So everything's just a little bit more streamlined and organized. But it's pretty cool. Let me see if I can share my phone screen with you so you can see it on the phone, because I think that you'll really appreciate that. Let's see here. All right, it's gonna let me. Hot dog. All right, let me know when you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So here is the Plan app, this PLANN right there. So I click on it. I haven't clicked on it today. This is mine, so I'm going to switch over here to Bless Mama Bosses. Now everything is coincide with what I've done. So it's so easy. I usually create on the desktop, but I post from the app. So let's just say that I want to take this post. First off, you see this little blue, the little blue thing, the little triangle in the top right corner of it. Like you see where it says Meetup Monday and then the bottle with like us.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That means they're not posted yet. You see the ones that you've posted, those are already on the grid. So that's sort of how you know where to start. So you click on here. All I did was click on the Meetup Monday thing. So I clicked on it and you see at the very bottom, it says Monday, October 5th. So you're like, bam. All you have to do is this bottom part right here where it says copy and post. Do you see that? The bottom right, copy and post, it has like a little camera.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you click that. Now watch. It takes you literally straight into Instagram.
Wow.
And you say the feed, you want to go to the feed. So you go feed. And then you go next, next. And then you literally hit paste and bam. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
And we are going to have these go to Facebook. I did hook it up. And then that's all you do. So I'm going to discard it because obviously I'm not going to post it. And then you go back and you see the bottom right here in that circle, the blue circle that has the hashtag on it. So you click on that hashtag and look, there's all the saved hashtags. So you just click copy and then you hop over to Instagram. And like this is on my personal, but I would go here and I would click on that and I would post and I would hit paste. So see how efficient that is?
Yeah.
So that is sort of, I know that may take a little bit getting used to, but I do feel like that's going to be a lot easier for you. I do need to send you over like our login and get you like hooked up, which I don't think it'll be too difficult. I was going to plan on doing that tonight. And that way, and you should be able to just log in and you actually may be able to create yourself an account for free. The only reason that everybody can get to one account for free, but I'm paying for it because I have Blessed Mama Bosses and my personal account. So, but it's just so easy to do that. And, you know, it's really great because you can see your grid like as pretty as it is. Now we will be switching over to like making it, if you look on my personal grid, you'll see that like all my quotes are in blue. Like all my stuff is like blue. And in Blessed Mama Bosses, it's pink and gold and gray and black. But I'm like, I was sharing with Blair, I was like, we need it to be like the quote on Instagram all needs to be the same thing instead of having all these really pretty graphics, but it just doesn't look good to the eye. So we're going to have our graphic designer, like it's going to take a little, I don't want to send her like 30 quotes and all of a sudden she's like, so I told her, I was like, I'll send it and then we'll just sort of, but do you have questions about that? I know it'll be easier once you get on and you play with it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll have to do to kind of just play with it and then ask questions.
Yes, perfect.
And then maybe like make like a pretend post and then,
yeah, 100%. And I did want to also show you that I still, let me see here. Hold on. I want to show you that I also have, hold on. I still have everything in here, just as backup for you. Okay, so I have everything here in October, all listed right here. So all of this is there. So you'll see what I'm doing is like Friday, like tomorrow, like Saturday, I don't have on the grid yet. But once I started putting it on Plan, I just put it here so you would know I posted it on Plan. and I would
Okay.
know too.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
and like Wednesday, October 7th, there isn't anything on PLANN because Kelly needs to post this day. PLANN app. And then here I do have like Instagram stories, and I figured that is where I'll start putting some of the stories for you.
Oh, okay. So, should I be just focusing on the grid, or am I still posting on the stories and the grid?
Well, if you have time to do both, but I didn't want to like overwhelm you with like the unfold because I didn't know PLANN was going to be back up and going, and I think that it's a much easier way.
Okay. Focus on the PLANN app and getting that done. Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll do. Did I send you the unfold? Did I send you how to make an unfold story? I can't remember if
No,
I did.
I don't think so.
No.
I
Okay.
talked about it last week.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I had a note written down and it was like send training. And I was like, is that the training that we just did or what? So
You sent me my.
I didn't finish writing my note is what I didn't do it. So
That's funny.
yeah. Okay. So what questions do you have?
So for the engagements, sometimes so I'll go back through all of our posts and see if someone has responded. And sometimes I'll ask a question to see if I can get people kind of talking. How do you create more engagement?
Engage on their things.
Okay.
So are you commenting or liking their, commenting on their things?
And then they'll start following us.
Yes.
And
yes.
then a couple of the people that I found on the hashtags, like working a hashtag, they're now followers.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think breaking it up, whatever the time is that you've blocked, if it's like 20 minutes, spending like 20 minutes or 10 of the minutes engaging with the current followers and then 10 minutes engaging with new followers. And it does just take time, unfortunately. Like I noticed that on my personal account, I try to always, like if someone engages on our post or your personal post, like do your best to go and engage on theirs. It's sort of like high-fiving someone back. But that is something that, and it does just take some time. The account has been, it hasn't been much engagement on it. We really have not ever truly put a lot of time behind it. And it shows. So that's the biggest thing is just really like loving on those people and the current people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think it has picked up a lot. I imagine in my head that one day I'm going to go on there and like all these people are like talking to each other. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then
I know. And it will get better. It really will. Yeah, it will. And I think that is, in the stories, like going in and commenting some of the stories and those sort of things. And I do believe like once we hire someone to take a few of the admin things that we're doing off of our plate, I'll have an opportunity to really go in, because what Blair and I love to do and what we're really good at is creating relationships with people and really like figuring out how we can help them. And that's what we love. Like we love talking, and it's a great thing, but now we have gotten to the point where we have, multiple things going on. And so taking some of those admin things off of our plate, I think will be helpful, and we'll be able to come in there. So you and I can, I did get in there today and do a little bit. I created a reel in there. Yeah, we don't have music yet. I was like, oh my gosh, why don't we have music? And then I was like, oh, well, our account hasn't been rewarded music yet. So, because I have it on my personal account. And so I was like, okay, like I'm going to challenge myself to get in there and try and create some reels, which will hopefully create some more attraction towards the account. you know, it's just taking the time to do it. And so that's good. We'll see. You know, you never know. One of them, who knows, one can go viral, one cannot. So we'll just sort of see what happens.
Oh, that's true. I started another one, reinventing wellness for moms. So I had started a while back, and I just had a couple photos in there. And so I've been trying to put in some of the tips that you've been telling me for Blessed Mama Bosses, going work in hashtag. And then I created my quick replies. And I've met a couple of really sweet people.
Oh, good.
Fun.
So it's working?
Yeah. So I had, like, last week not tons. Last week I had 6 followers, and then now I have 11.
That's awesome. That's double, girl.
Yeah. That's not bad. Yeah. Pretty good.
No, it's not bad at all. That's amazing. I mean, you have to think about, I mean, an account has to start at 0, right? So you doubled it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine even if you didn't double it, even if you got 25%, like that's really, really great. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
And I mean, that's 11 more people than were a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And, you know, at first I was like nervous, like, how do you do this? But I think a lot of the classes that you guys do in Inner Circle helps to fill in those gaps of my understanding. So that helps. And then the more I do it, like working with Blessed Mama Bosses, I'm doing it all the time, then it makes me more confident.
Absolutely.
To, like,
good.
Doing my cap and everything. So I like it.
Yes. Can you hang on 1 second? I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. I had someone knock at my door. I was like, I always have a sign on my door if I'm on camera. So when they knock, I'm like, oh, it must be important. But they didn't come back, so I don't know who it was. Well, I'm really glad. And I do think it is, you know, it does build confidence. And that is the whole part of, like, your role is, like, learning skills, right? And being able to practice and being able to apply them. And you're going to come away, like, at the end of this month with, I mean, just think about all you learned already.
I know. I'm so excited. I also added Mindful Wellness for Moms on Facebook.
Good.
And so I had kind of walked away from that too, and it had just 12 followers. And now there's 40 something.
Wow.
People that like the page. So I'm like, oh, I better keep posting then.
You got to keep going, girl. Now you got to keep going. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. That's really great.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, and you just keep at it. You know, I mean, that is the thing about Instagram is that, you know, it is so fun because I really do feel like you can meet people that you would never meet on Facebook, right? And I do feel like it's very quick. Like, things can happen super quick on Instagram, where on Facebook it can be drug out for a really long time. So I mean, I do love it. I personally, with my health and wellness business, would much prefer to do business on Instagram. But it does just take, you know, it takes time. And if you're used to building your business on Facebook, or that's where you focus, then that's usually where the most interaction is coming from. And so to make that sort of switch, you like, you know, you're like, I only have so much time to do social media, so I'm spending more time over here. This one may drop a little. So it is a little bit of a balancing act.
Right.
But if you can, the wellness page, is it a business page on Facebook?
It's not. So, okay, so that's another question. So what I'm trying to do, because I heard from my, not my direct person that enrolled me, but like some people up above had said that if you post on stories about our business and stuff, in our business, we have to be so very careful. Like, we can't really say a whole lot of things. So
about the business or about the product?
About well, about both. And if you say anything about the business, you have to point them to the website that talks about like the earnings and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, we can post pictures of like the products and stuff. And they said that goes really well in the stories, but not so much in our posts. So weaving the two together, I was thinking maybe just focusing more, because I haven't been focusing, I'll post certain things. So what I've been doing is if I'll hold something in my hand and kind of smile, or like have something on my face, just showing myself, or drinking like a shake, something like that, but nothing direct. And so I haven't really posted about the business or even so much the products on the wellness, but I have on my personal page.
Okay.
But it's more like that. How do you?
So tell me, what is the purpose behind the wellness page?
To get more people so that I can do the CAP method.
Okay. Without them, like you're just really wanting to provide like the overall sort of wellness vibe without it being your name. Have you ever thought about doing a group that way?
Like what's the difference between a group and a page? Like
so a group, it would be like, a group is more like a community feel. So it would be like Blessed Mama Bosses community, you know. You have a community, and you know, people are inside the community and you hang out. Like we have a health and wellness community that our customers are in, some of our team members are in, some of them have their own. And then we put like potential people, like for example, we did a mindset detox in October. We're doing a sugar detox. So it's like a 5-day free detox. And it's a way for us to invite people in. And it's like, hey, you want to do this detox? And people want to do it. It's completely for free. And then they're in this group, and then we drop information and we drop things about our products. We have the same thing for our business. So we have one, and I think you may be in there. It's called Wi-Fi Wealth, Wi-Fi Wealth Live. And we share, there's 6 of us, and it is, you know, every Thursday night at 8:30, someone goes live about something. And it's rarely specific to our business. It's normally like a business building tool or or, you know, how you can do a home-based business, like things like that. But it's not 100% just for us. So it serves everyone regardless of what they do. But if people are looking for a business, they're getting dripped on by our business. And so you could create a group instead of a page, and then you have people to invite it into. Now, I will tell you that it's another thing on your plate. Like it's an added layer. But with a group, you know, you could have like recipes, you could have a lot of different like things that you post inside.
Okay, so so you have like your personal, then I have that page, and then what would be the focus? Like every month would be different. So what would like the title be? Something in welcome to some kind of wellness group, something like that.
Yeah.
And then,
go ahead.
And then how would I invite? Like I've already invited like a bunch of friends from Facebook into the page. How do you do?
So you basically could just like, you could kick it off. You could kick it off with just different challenges, and you could just say, hey, like I'm doing a challenge. And you can create a lot of this on, you know, you can find some stuff on Google. Just Google like, you know, I don't know, mindset detox, like go on Pinterest. There's a bunch of different things, and then you can just sort of create it yourself. And it can start small, but the cool thing is you can reuse it. Like you can use a mindset detox every 6 months, you know, and you post about it on your personal page, and you know, like who doesn't need a mindset? You talk about it in your story. And then you say, hey, if you want to be a part of this, and then you invite them into the group, they accept. And then when it goes on, you have a list of people. Like, let's say you have 5 people or 10 people who are like, yes, Victoria, I need this, whatever it is that you're offering. It can be a lunge challenge. It can be a water challenge. Like anything that goes along, it's not your product, but it goes along with a healthy lifestyle. It can be wash your face for 5 nights in a row challenge, like whatever, you know? And when you're doing this, you're helping hold them accountable, like tagging them and stuff. And then when you get done, they're in the group. And then in between the challenges, you're like, hey, it's National take a nap day. Like, you know, here's how you cannot take a nap or whatever. Like, then you sort of like share some stories and some testimonials and shake recipes and stuff like that.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
Okay, so I have another question then. So there's a new thing now in my business. A lot of people are doing these Facebook classes. They're only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So you want to book as many as you can in a week. And I've been wondering, like, how could I get more people that I can ask to do, oh, let's talk about, let's do this nutrition class. It's only 15 minutes. Like, how can I get people to ask? Would I pull from maybe that group or like other groups that I'm in and do CAP like that?
Yeah. So what would the class be about?
It gives a quick overview on our nutrition plan and a quick overview on skincare.
Okay. So it's more about like the products. Okay. So,
and you talk about the kits that we have.
Okay.
And see who's interested like that.
Okay. So there is something you could do about, and it's something that we could, if we could teach inside the inner circle. We've never taught about it before, but we do this sometimes in our health and wellness business. We used to do it a good bit, but then it was just, it started fizzling out a little. But I do think that if people put it behind it, but it's like a Facebook party. It's like 10 days long. So you create like a group. You invite people into the group, you do giveaways, you do a lot of fun stuff, you do engagement, and then you build up to this like night where you're going live and you're sharing this class. But I would just be careful with inviting people to like something that is just talking about products and packages for them to buy, because sometimes people, well, a lot of times people are really turned off by that. They want to know, like, they want to know the stories. They want to know like what it is that they can expect. So really like taking those pain points that the products solve and painting that picture. If you look, last night I did a live video on sleep.
Okay.
And it was a little long. Like it really should have been about 15, 20 minutes long. But I went live with someone who's like, you would never know that she's nervous about being live, but she's really, really nervous about it. And so we're sort of trying to get her over her fear. Yeah, it's funny. She's actually my upline, which is even funnier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. But she just, you know, she just has some, you know, she just doesn't like to do certain types of, you know, it doesn't mean anything. But so it went a little bit longer, but we had a lot of fun. But the whole point was like giving tips about how you can sleep better. And then we were talking about a product that we sell that will change your sleep. And we did a giveaway with it. But we talked about the product, but we talked a lot about sleeping. We talked a lot about how people have problems sleeping. So I would think about your class as being like, you know, incorporating that, giving statistics about these pain points. Like we talked about sleep, how you gain weight and how it causes inflammation in your body and how you have anxiety and depression when you don't sleep good. Like gave statistics, paint the picture, help solve the problem, insert your products, and then wrap it up with a big bow. But I do think the class is good, but honestly, like if you built a group up, you really could do the training inside there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. You could do it once a month. Just have like, hey, every third Thursday, I'm going live about this. Or you could go once a week. And do you go live? You go live.
Two. Okay. So I'm also scared of going live.
Yeah. A lot of people are. They really
Yeah,
are.
if I do it like consistently for a while, then it helps me. But then I stop and it's like I get back in my little shell again.
Yeah.
And I have
So you need to be like her, commit to a whole month.
Gotta get it to it. Yeah.
Yep. So why don't you try to, think about it. I don't want to talk you into doing that, but I do think that long term, that's going to be a little bit more beneficial for you, a group than a Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
And you can continue to add to it. And it is quite incredible to be able to see someone, go from zero. And you just do challenges, like map it out and just say, okay, I'm going to kick this thing off and I'm going to do a challenge. This is what I'm going to have it. I'm going to have a challenge a month. I'm going to have a challenge a month and I'm going to go live every other week. And tell them about a certain product. I'm going to solve one sort of pain point. And here's the other thing, like you can also go in there and like do unboxings, like when you get your product, you can be like, oh, here's, so in going live in a group is way easier than going live on your page because you're the only people who are going to see you live are the people in the group. And if there's 20 people in the group, great, there's 20 people in the group.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a good place to practice too. So think about that. And if it's something you want to do, just ask me some questions along the way. There is a training inside the Inner Circle. I want to say it was August. I think it's August. Go back to that and watch it because there's a training on how to create a group.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a training on how to like engage and meet people inside groups.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you, it is an incredible. How did you and I get connected? Do you remember?
I don't quite. I got a message in Facebook, but I'm not sure if someone sent it to me and asked me to check it out or what. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Maybe I don't remember.
I was just curious if it was in a group. I have a Rachel Hollis hype group.
I'm in that now.
That's right, you are. So so that group, seriously, like 3 years ago was like 2,000 people. And I didn't even start the group. Like I didn't start that group. Someone else started that group. I joined it 3 years ago. And then it was like really busy the last 90 days and then it never like did anything. And so I was like, hey, I approached the girl and I was like, this is such a great group of community of people. Like I would love to like help support the group. And she was like, yeah. So we both co-led it and then she just quit. Like she quit in the group. And so this year I've spent time like the last few months trying to like get it like re-going again. It'll get busy the last 90 days, like especially in October is the busiest month because everybody kicks it off. But the point is like the group is like 9,500 people now. Yeah. So it's a great group to like, to meet and connect people. We have rules for like no prospecting in there. So I don't ever like go in and like prospect people, but I do connect with people and people do ask and people do come into Blessed Mama Bosses. I invite them into Blessed Mama Bosses through that community. And so, you can create a group like that. And I'm not saying like in 2 months, it's going to be like that, but you can see how the compound effect happens. Mm-hmm. And I would say probably 25% of people inside Blessed Mama Boss have come from Rachel Hollis.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. That's really.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible because they find that group because I think we've had 500 people join in the last like 3 days.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. Normally I send everyone a personal message, but Facebook like blocked me from doing that because I sent so many. And then like every time I turn it on, I just accepted people. I'll guarantee you there'll be 40 people because it started today. Right. So,
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like think about the title of your group. Think about what your group is going to be serving and doing. Mm-hmm. And you never know. I mean, it could turn into something like that.
So
Yeah,
if
there's 21 requests already. I just did it like 30 minutes ago.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's it. If I made like a short video talking about a product, but basically like the pain points that it solves, and then kind of go into the product, and I sent that to you at some point, could you look it over and see if it makes sense or if it's kind of weird?
Of course.
Like, do that, Victoria.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course I will. Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, just send it over to me, and I'll check it out and think about it. I want you to think about the group and think about like how you would outline it, and maybe when we chat next, you can really think about what that outline looks like, and we can go from there and sort of figure out if that's the right thing for you to do. Because you don't want to create the group and be stagnant. Now, I will tell you the cool thing about groups is that you can pre-post. So like Blair and I have all of October already posted. So you don't have to like worry. You can like plan out the whole month and like schedule it so it automatically happens.
That would make it much easier. Yeah.
Yeah, we just like we write it all and then we just post it. It doesn't take that much time. So you sort of like, we'll get like a calendar and we look at it and we say, like I'll show it to you. We have like a calendar like that.
Okay.
And we just, we just post it out, and it's pretty simple when it comes to that. So, and I will also tell you, before we hop off, and this is totally optional to you. It would just be more insight and more training. But when our virtual assistant gets hired, we're going to be having a meeting once a week, most likely Monday mornings, which I know may not be the ideal time for you. But if you'd like to be a part of the meeting, we would love to have you be a part. We're basically just going to be talking about like, what's our social media strategy? Like, what do we need to do as a team? And just, it would just be, even if you're just there sort of absorbing and learning and giving like your feedback on Instagram and stuff, we'd love to have you be a part of that.
Yeah.
So we don't know when it is yet because we haven't made our decision up with who we're hiring yet. But we do know we want that because we're at the point now where there's so many moving parts that we really need to all be together. So
I'd love to do that.
Yeah. And it's just more learning. I mean, I don't know some of the stuff. Like Blair knows some things that I don't have a clue about. And I know some things that she doesn't have a clue about. So it's good for us to get on and sort of all get updated with stuff. So, and you can give us an update about Instagram.
Absolutely. That'd be good. I appreciate all the training I can get. I love that.
I know you're such a sponge and you apply it, which I so appreciate with you. And just, I think it's great. So I'll send you over this video. I'll send you over the way to get into PLANN. I already sent you a video on how to make an unfold story. So watch it. You're probably going to have some questions, but download Unfold, watch the tutorial that I made. And next time, hopefully we can talk about that. I'm sure you'll have some questions about PLANN, and then think about your Facebook group, and we'll go from there if that works for you.
Yes.
Okay. So next Thursday, do you want to do 7:30 again?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And then after that, I will probably have to, we'll see how, like the training and everything is going, and we'll see when we're going to do a few things, because Thursday nights starting the following week are going to be, we're switching inner circle training then, and then we're going live. We're not doing Tuesdays anymore. We're going to be doing Thursday evenings.
Okay.
Just to sort of change it up, because daytimes are a little bit hard for me with the homeschooling situation. So you know how that is. Even though I do have a really great teacher right now, she's really great, but she's only here for like today. She was here for 2 hours, so it's not all day. Yeah. I so appreciate working with you. It's been so great. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. I'm enjoying myself.
Good. I'm really glad you are. That really means a lot to us. I hope you know how much we really do appreciate you and value and love working with you. And just let me know if there's anything, you know, you have questions about or anything like that as we go through. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll
All
talk
right.
soon. All right. Bye.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
okay.
Say it again.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
So this will start on Monday. The everything with the podcast and all the days, everything.
Yeah, the plan. But I do have, you're not going to be posting, you told me tomorrow?
Right.
Okay.
But
You'll be back Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So I'll do stories, but if you'll share after you make a post, if you'll share the post into the stories, that would be awesome if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just share it in there. That way it just gets the story back going. Yeah, that's it. So I have Saturdays and Sundays up in the Trello board, but Monday we'll start on the Plan app.
Okay.
And just let me know after I send it to you, like I got in, I'm good, because I've never invited anybody, so this will be new for me. Yeah, because Blair's not on it. It's just me, because she doesn't do that. Yeah.
Nice for that for the Plan app.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, girlfriend. All right, we'll talk soon. Okay. Bye-bye.